Good morning. Welcome to all of you here present and to all of those who are streaming in, watching us online. And I would like to just start the way that we usually do, and if you'll just take a moment and allow yourself to relax where you are and just get comfortable in your seat. And we're just going to do a short prayer before we start into the actual talk. So, knowing that right here and right now, that I consciously center myself in the one, in source, knowing that as I quiet myself and as I still myself and remove myself from the busyness of life's activities and the bustling of life all around me and about me, I just pause and I center myself in that stillness, knowing that I am one with my divine source, God, goodness, love, peace, joy, wisdom. I know that it is within my power, it is within my availability to tether myself to divine wisdom and to anchor myself in that unconditional love. This is who and what I am. I am here on purpose. I know that as I show up, that I am ready, willing, and able to be my best self, to know that my presence here contributes to the upliftment, to the elevation of all others, that I am of service in my thoughts, my words, and my actions, and that I bring this goodness, I bring this love to the very place where I stand. So all that I need is already within me, is already available to me. I recognize that I was created here with gifts, gifts that I give lovingly. I am aware of all of those gifts, those talents, those abilities, those traits that are mine, and I tap into them, knowing that I am consciously competent in choosing to be my best self. So always grateful for each and every opportunity that is available to me to show up, to shine the light, to be this love and this wisdom present and available. I am filled with gratitude and I am filled with thanksgiving that this moment, right here, right now, is when I choose to be my best. So I simply let go, I release, I hand it over, knowing that there is no efforting, there is no strain, that this love and this light flows to me, through me, and as me now. So I simply let go, let God, and declare, and so it is. All right. See if we can bring this little music stand over. It's not as obtrusive as that. And I'm closer to you. So, am I getting some feedback or are we okay? I'm bouncing off of that. So today I want to talk about success and factors that contribute to us living a life that we consider successful. One of the most important characteristics of successful people is self-control. A couple months ago, Reverend Kusala was here as a guest speaker, and He was speaking to us about the precepts of Buddhism and the spiritual practice of meditation. He spoke about the nature of mind as always thinking, thinking, thinking. And he said that with meditation practice, that we get better at being less reactive to every thought and every impulse that comes our way. He said that thoughts come and they pass if we can wait and be patient. He shared that while working with boys in the juvenile hall facility, this is his opinion, and what he believed was that a big reason why they were there was because those boys acted on the first thought that came to them without any proper regard or concern for future consequences. They failed to pause, to take a breath, to count to 10, or to walk away and cool off. Viktor Frankl, the famous Austrian psychiatrist, and he was a survivor of the German concentration camps during World War II. He also was the author of the book, Man's Search for Meaning. He said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. He says that in that space is our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and our freedom. Research shows that individuals with the ability to control their attention, their emotions, and their actions are almost always happier, healthier, and more successful. In the late 1960s and the early 1970s, a psychology professor at Stanford University by the name of Walter Mischel conducted research on preschool-age children. Now, young children by nature seek immediate gratification to ease their discomfort, whether that discomfort is hunger, thirst, or just a need for physical comfort and soothing. I want it, and I want it now. It isn't until the developmental age of about 5 years before a child displays the ability to delay gratification when a situation doesn't call for immediate satisfaction. In other words, danger isn't present. Inspired by the story of Adam and Eve's temptation in the Garden of Eden, Professor Mischel devised a study which later became famously known in social sciences as the marshmallow test. Children ages 3, 4, and 5 years were offered a treat, a marshmallow, a cookie, or a pretzel. And they were told they could eat it now, but if they waited until the researcher left the room and returned 15 minutes later, I think that's a long time, that then they would get 2 treats. So we have a short video that is a reenactment of the actual marshmallow test.
Okay, sit in that chair. All right, here's the deal. Marshmallow for you. You can either wait, and I'll give you another one if you wait, or you can eat it now. When I come back, I'll give you another one, so then you'll have 2. But stay in here and stay in the chair till I come back, okay? All right. I'm gonna go do something and then I'll come back.
It smells yummy. It smells really good.
All right, so it's up to you. You can have it now or you can wait. Okay? I'll be back. Stay in the chair, okay? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna leave and then I'll come back, okay? So you can either eat it right now or you can wait. Either way, okay? Okay. How'd you do? Did you do good? You did?
Yeah.
You wanted to eat it, didn't you? Yeah. So did I tell you to give you another one? Okay, now you can have both. You need them.
Agony for some of them. It appears that the young redhead girl didn't wait till the researcher to get out and let the door close behind her before she had that in her mouth. But in all fairness, she did look like one of the younger ones. I mean, she looked like she was closer to 3. But in the original test, 2 out of 3 of those kids ate the marshmallow before 15 minutes was up. The temptation was just too hard to resist. But interestingly, follow-up studies over the next 2 decades of those children that were in the original marshmallow test revealed that those who waited had higher SAT scores, better academic performance, greater social competence, fewer behavioral challenges and problems, better coping skills, less addictive behavior, and less instances of obesity. Initially, it was erroneously concluded that the possession of the personal traits of willpower and patience is what led to their greater success later in life. Is it just luck that some kids are born with more willpower than another? Are they prone to success just because of the trait they were born with? Well, ongoing study and further investigation of the findings revealed that strong willpower was more of a correlation than it was a causation of later success. Human behavior is complex, and thank goodness it's not just one choice that a 4-year-old makes that's going to determine the rest of their life. Willpower is not the same as self-control, but rather willpower is a byproduct of self-control. Self-control is having a sense of mastery or competence in the midst of a tough willpower challenge. A relationship does exist between choice and outcome. Viktor Frankl says that there is a space between stimulus and response. What's in that space? This study revealed that it was more than willpower alone that these children used to resist temptation. They demonstrated methods that enhanced their self-control skills. The good news is that even young children who generally have difficulty with delaying gratification can develop self-control skills. It turns out that thrivers are made and not born. Those children who did the best with the marshmallow test challenge didn't simply use willpower. Time and again, it was observed that they used creative strategies to enhance their self-control. These strategies helped them avoid the temptation. What were some of these creative strategies, and is there a possibility that we might be able to apply some of these strategies to increase our own success in attaining some future goal? So let's take a look. The most striking strategy used by those with the greatest success was self-distraction. They directed their attention away from the tempting stimulus. Some covered their eyes, some looked away, some turned their backs to the marshmallow. They converted the uncomfortable time of waiting into something other than just waiting. They squirmed or bounced in their seat. We saw those twin boys. They were just really going to town. They sang to themselves. They played with their toes as if they were piano keys. They explored their nose or ear cavities. They spoke words of encouragement to themselves. If I wait, I get both. If I don't, I just get one. If I wait, I get both. If I don't, I just get one. Another cognitive skill or mindset of those who successfully waited the 15 minutes and received 2 treats was their ability to focus on abstract traits of the tempting treat. If they saw the marshmallows as puffy and white, like a cloud in the sky or a cotton ball, rather than focusing on how sweet, chewy, and yummy the marshmallow was, they were able to resist the temptation. And if they imagined that the treat was actually a picture, they envisioned a frame around it as if you were going to hang that picture on the wall, those children waited almost 3 minutes longer. When one child was asked, how were you able to wait such a long time? And she replied, you can't eat a picture. Although this study revealed that kids could learn to wait longer for a reward by improving their self-control skills, another variable came to light which ended up being a strong indicator of a child not waiting and instead grabbing the one treat. In a replicated study, participants were divided into 2 groups before they took part in the marshmallow test. Now, in the first group, the child was given a small box with limited crayons for an art project that they were going to work on. And the researcher promised that child that they would bring a bigger box of crayons when they came back into the room. When the researcher returned to the room, they made some comment like, I made a mistake. There really aren't any more crayons to give you. The children in the first group were also given a small sticker, and they were promised a larger selection of stickers when the researcher came back in so that they could use it. They never received them. The second group received everything as they were promised, a bigger box of crayons and a larger selection of stickers. It was then that the actual marshmallow test took place. The children in the first group had no reason to trust the researcher, so that group did not wait long, if at all, to eat that one treat that was given to them. The second group had seen the researcher deliver on their earlier promises, and as a result, the second group trusted the researcher and they felt that the environment was reliable. On an average, the second group waited 4 times longer than the children in the first group. We might suppose that children in a lower socioeconomic group may not perform as well in delaying gratification since they have more than likely experienced disappointments. Maybe after being promised a new toy or an article of clothing, perhaps after mommy or daddy's next payday, only to have that promise broken. They may have experienced times when their favorite food or treat was present in the home one day, but not reliably the next or the next day. Therefore, the researchers concluded that a child's ability to delay gratification and display self-control is not a predetermined personality trait. This replicated study demonstrated that unreliability of the environment and/or of the researcher significantly influenced whether the child chose to wait or not. The one treat was a sure thing, whereas waiting for a promised second treat was a crapshoot, risky and unpredictable at best. That was based on their very recent experience of being disappointed by the researchers' broken promises. After all, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Once we can accept that self-control is crucial to the ability to self-regulate our behavior in the pursuit of a future goal or some future reward, then it's valuable to recognize that there are 2 equally important components of this body of research on enhancing our self-control in order to increase greater future success. The first component is the learning and the application of the skill or the creative strategy. The second component is motivation. We must want to alter our behavior for a possible later reward. The reward must outweigh the pain and the discomfort of the wait. So it turns out that it's skill plus motivation that equals optimal success. What does all this mean to us? Can we as adults, Dr. Sue said Sunday, we're not children of God, we're adults now. So can we as adults learn anything from this research on young children? What strategies should we use? Are there tools available to us? And if so, what skills do we need to learn? How can we develop mastery or competence and in our use of these skills? The application of science and mind teaching to our lives is not a method of gambling, of luck, of hit or miss, of throw everything at the wall and hope something sticks. We don't cross our fingers, carry a lucky rabbit's foot, or hang up a horseshoe in an attempt to increase the winds of good fortune to blow our way. There are strategies and cognitive skills that we can use in the face of tough willpower challenges. We saw one strategy that the successful children used was diverting their attention away from the temptation or the stimulus. Is that similar to us golden keying it? Take our mind off the problem and put our mind on God, on the solution, on the desired future outcome? Stop obsessing or resisting the challenge and instead shift our focus onto achievement of the goal. The 12-step program has a motto, one day at a time. We've heard one step at a time, or the Chinese proverb, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. No matter the challenge or how difficult the task, we can only complete it if we take that first step. Improving our patience, persistence, and perseverance in delaying the immediate gratification of the tempting or the distracting stimulus, while at the same time maintaining our chosen behavior of putting one step in front of the other as we move in the direction of our chosen goal. We might delay the temptation of buying a big carton of ice cream or a candy bar at the store because we're motivated to release 10 pounds. So we pause and choose instead to eat a healthy dinner once we get home. A teenager might delay the gratification of watching TV or spending time on their favorite social media site and wait instead by choosing to complete their school homework first for optimized success in achieving their desired goal of raising their grade point average. Stephen Covey's advice in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, says, begin with the end in mind. He says that all things are created twice, first mentally and second physically. We first create a blueprint in our mind before our desire is physically created. Can we imagine and visualize ourselves successfully stepping into the form of our desired goal being made manifest? Can we see the end picture of what it is that we desire? And are we motivated to keep stepping in alignment with that blueprint in the direction of our chosen goal? How do we become more skillful? And how do we move from incompetence to greater competence? From ignorance, unskilled, and undisciplined to knowledgeable, skilled, and disciplined. When we are incompetent, we don't even know what we don't know. We don't know that there are tools and methods and strategies available to us to successfully affect the outcome of this challenge. When we're incompetent, we lack the skills to get the results that we desire. We're at the mercy of luck, chance, or superstition. But once we become consciously competent, we are both knowledgeable of strategies and better skilled in the use of those methods to successfully get the results that we desire, to attain our goal. The beauty of Science and Mind teaching is that we all can succeed in creating the life that we desire. But remember, Viktor Frankl said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power to choose. Do we impulsively react, or do we have mastery to choose how we will respond? Skill plus motivation is what leads to optimal success. Thank you. So now is our time of giving and sharing of our good. So if you will join me in saying, divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love. And so it is. There you go. All right, I think this is the time that we have an opportunity if anybody has any question or comment or clarification. Anybody have anything they want to share about their idea of success or the pain that these little kids went through? He has a mic so that those people at home can also hear.
Hi there. Just a quick comment. I am so craving marshmallows right now. I haven't had one in years, so I don't know if
They're
that's
so
self-control.
yummy, chewy. And
Thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
you want some s'mores? Does this apply? Is what they observed and learned from these children, do you see it applying at all in your life?
I found it very interesting. I have a roommate who bought a box of marzipan, a C's candy, before bed. He ate the entire box.
And slept well?
And he slept well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sugar high and then crashed.
And he's always asking how he could stop his cravings. So I think this was helpful I can share the notes with them. And
Yeah, I was going to say, well, putting it right in front of you on your bedside table is not necessarily, it can be a little hard to do self-distraction when you know it's right there. So I found 15 minutes. I thought, man, for 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, that's an eternity, 15 minutes. But,
yeah.
just wait. Mommy's on the phone. Just wait till, mommy's off the phone or something. There's a lot of that waiting that goes on. And the child, what skills do they have, so. All right. Okay, well, we're all going to go find a bonfire and roast some marshmallows and have our favorite cookie. Well, good. Any? Yeah. Chuck.
Interesting what you say, because this morning I had a sister who said, just a moment, if you wouldn't mind, so the people online at home can hear as well. Thanks, Grant. This morning I had a sister send me a resentment letter, one of those letters that, and I used to send them quite often, but this teaching has allowed me to stop, write them, and don't send them or don't even write them. And today I don't engage in that because I know where it's coming from. It's coming from an impulse or a lack of impulse control. And I love my sister. I don't love her behavior always, but I love her. But I just wanted a vacation with her, and she wasn't happy. And so she's suing Viking and me and everybody else. And it was kind of a disappointing vacation, but, you know, it was an experience, you know. And it's just interesting how this teaching has helped me recognize, and you put it so well verbally, the space between, and that I don't have to respond, because we're just a family with impulse control problems. I'm the oldest of 6 kids, and we all have it, you know. So, but it's kind of nice, you know, that my ego wants to think I'm better than her and all that, but the real me,
Right, I know.
you know.
I remember years ago, it was Dr. Anita, and again, I like pictures. And in my head, I have that picture, and I have the whole lesson because of the picture. And she talked about playing tennis. And having an argument or a debate or whatever is like a game of tennis. If I set the racket down, the game is done.
Well, I think
So
that's
it's like, you know,
what's
no, I got to
frustrating
win
her.
the game. No, you don't. Put the racket down. I
Right.
don't have to be engaged in this any longer.
Yeah.
But I choose.
But she's trying to get a rise out of me, and
And is it
I'm
working?
just not answering
and what
the
Dr.
call.
Frank said, when they press your buttons, change your buttons.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I can't stop them from trying to press my buttons, but all I can do is change my buttons. What's
That's
triggering?
right. That's right.
Yeah, but so it all comes back to a self-control, taking responsibility. I can't change them or what's going on out there. I can only change the way I show up, how I engage, if I engage.
Exactly.
Yeah, so,
I did send her a check, but I didn't engage.
whoa. Can I,
So I
can I
guess
have an
I
argument
caved,
with you? You're gonna send me a check?
No, it's very rare for me to send the check, but
Wow.
if that was the biggest problem, you know,
All right,
now we'll see if
you're
he
the better
cashes
man.
it. Thanks.
All right, anyone else?
Another one up here in front.
Oh, we do, okay. Hey,
Monica.
Hey, Carol.
Thank you so much for that talk. It was absolutely perfect for me in my life. What I really picked up on is that it's all teachable. That's a skill, and it's something I have not been taught, and I've kind of been walking around it, and now I totally understand it. So
Right.
God bless you, and thank you.
Exactly. I mean, I said, I am the daughter of a carpenter, and the tools can lay there, but if I don't know how to use them, so if it was just luck that some kids were born with self-control and patience and some aren't, well, then what the heck? But if there are skills, if there are strategies and tools, then it's up to me to learn how to get better at them. I can, you know, to me, that's optimistic. It's not just, oh, what the heck, why bother trying?
Exactly, and me as a mother, I could make sure I just model that behavior, and that is teaching. So again, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Well, thank you guys very much. Grant, there was no question online or anything, was? Okay. All right.